Marine protected areas that gain importance after 1970s, and it have been indispensable and obligatory today. And now more than 60 protection areas have been determined by the Black Sea coastal countries. It contributes to put into practice environmental protection, public awareness, scientific research for reference area, tourism, protecting fish spawns, and so on and so on. I would like to emphasize the importance of international collaboration and cooperation in this field. In the context of marine protected areas, a number of wetlands of international importance can be mentioned. Among them are 19 Ukrainian wetlands, including 4 large marine bays: Ecology, Tendrivska, Gerloghavska, Korkinitska. Created under the umbrella of Ramsar Convention, this territory, first of all, are crucial for biodiversity and provide key services for humankind. For aim to exchange information and uniting efforts to protect nature, Ramsar Regional Initiative Black Sea Wet was established in 2007 at a conference in Odessa. This initiative unites responsible persons for conservation of wetlands, representatives of state authorities, scientists, and other stakeholders from Bulgaria, Georgia, Moldova, Romania, and Ukraine, and it enhances our ability to achieve our nature protection goals. Also, I want to mention agreement on the conservation of African Eurasian waterbird migratory species. Work under this agreement contributes to sustainable use of high-tech bird species. Over the last few years, we have come to an idea of creating a network of territories that are important for migratory waterbird species. Among them will be established some marine protected areas. In the end, success of nature conservation depends of each country. And I want to show you one example of our protected areas, and you will show probably.
Many of them adopt a reddish-violet colour for better camouflage amongst the flora. Let's look at some of them. This bright beauty of the underwater world is the red mullet. This is one of the most commercially valuable fish of the Black Sea. With its characteristically long whiskers, it stirs up the sea floor looking for its food, small invertebrates. What we can see in the red algae ocellated rats. This fish can be of several different colours: greyish, brown, green, yellow, and even for the forward fields, this fish normally becomes bright red. In the algae and mollusk shells are tentacled blenny hides. These fish are caring parents, and here the male has made a nest of an empty shell to protect his offspring. Often seahorses clutch onto the algae with their tails. It is interesting that the male, not the female, that's the young. The seahorse can change colour depending on its surroundings in order to be better. Everywhere in the forward fields, holes can be seen inhabited by the mud shrimp. It tumbles 25 centimetres into the sea floor, and you would be lucky to see it outside of it all. The hairy crab also follows the red dress colour of the fields, of strange with his mist-sized claws. One of the strangest creatures often found living amongst the Philofora is the grandfather invertebrates Aciniacea, or sea squirts. In the past, these creatures were so frequently found together that you could call their relationship symbiotic. There are two Philofora fields in the Black Sea, a large one located at depths of up to 60 meters in the open part of the northwestern shelf, called the Philofora field of Zelenov, named in honor of the Finnish islanders, and also the small Philofora field, formed at the shallow depths of 10 to 15 meters in the cozy Karkinitsky Bay. How did these fields look in the past, and what's their present state? Due to its value in the production of iodine and agar, the Philofora field of Zelenov has undergone 70 years of active extraction at a rate of 15 to 20,000 tons per year. In the 1930s, the Philofora covered 50 to 70% of the seafloor. There was so much of it that a special plant was built in the desert to process it. After this, the substance was sent to Dnipro by wagon. In 1996, Philofora extraction at Zelenov's field stopped because the ecosystem had been almost completely destroyed through overexhaustion. It wasn't only industrial-scale extraction that contributed to the destruction of this valuable ecosystem. Organic materials such as poorly treated wastewater and byproducts of agriculture flow into the sea from the rivers Danube, Dnipro, and others to create the conditions for intensive development of phytoplankton, which blocks sunlight from reaching the seafloor and deoxygenates the water. With improvements to wastewater treatment and a ban on Philofora extraction, the habitat has begun to slowly regenerate. The last time the small Philofora field was studied in 2012, the density of Philofora was 6 kilograms per square meter. Here, there was rich biodiversity, which confirms that the regeneration of the small Philofora field is underway. The current situation is unknown, as the area is no longer accessible from Ukraine. The Philofora field of Zelenov is another story. In 2016 and 17, as part of the EU UNDP funded project improving environmental monitoring of the Black Sea, a number of underwater field surveys were conducted. They showed that at present, Philofora cover is restored only to 5 to 10% coverage in comparison to the 50 to 70% when they were first discovered. The Philofora is often covered by filamentous algae, which indicates a high concentration of waste organic matter. Gas extraction projects in the area further hinder restoration of the field. Philofora compensates for the lack of sunlight by moving to shallower depths. The original Philofora field of Zelenov occupied the depths of 30 to 60 meters. Now it has been partially regenerated at the depths of 30 to 40 meters, and its upper reaches are as shallow as 20 meters below the surface. What will be the future of the fields? These corals of the Black Sea, further tender restoration or disappearance into the darkness, but depends on us.
Okay. Thank you very much.